So this is my Life Fantastic 3 minute short video. I'm just going to go through what my project's all about. So for my design process, I started off by just literally looking at different packaging for light bulbs. So I just went with a standard light bulb that you might see in any sort of shop. I then started looking at existing products that have dual purposes. So for example, this one is a little raisin box and it turns into a child's toy. So that kind of put me down the toy route. I then went on to look at the user, figure out the user requirements, what they like. I went for a young child, so where they might be spend most of their time at school or at home in their bedroom or playroom, wherever it might be. I then went just sketching my initial ideas. This initial idea I never actually used. I just one of the first things that popped into my head. I just didn't go ahead with it. I got feedback on these small ideas I had, and from that feedback, I found that one of my ideas was a basketball hoop that you put over a recycling bin in a child's room to make cleanup and to make recycling fun for the child to do, and they're learning as well as it goes along. So I got feedback on that, and a lot of people seem to like it. So I worked on that during the rest of my portfolio, and I'll show you now what I came up with. So that's my user, like I said before, a young child. They like to draw, they like to paint, they like sports, um, like fun activities, iPads, TVs, all stuff like that. And the requirements would be that it has to be safe, attractive, durable, informative, educational, and probably the most important one for a child, it has to be fun. So when I was doing looking for some inspiration initially, I did that before I made my user, and a few, like, I thought maybe you could think about my grandparents, um, some sort of a device to hold their tablets or their hearing aids. And then I thought maybe construction worker that might be putting in light bulbs at the end of it, at the end of a job, they might find use in a ruler being on the inside of it, or a child mobile, a poster on the inside of it. These are all just kind of thoughts that I had before I began. I put all those thoughts down. I got some feedback off my peers. You can read through all that. They're just some sketches of the first initial ideas that I had, just to show my thinking. I then broke down into what ideas were new, what were special. Did they meet the requirements? They both met the requirements, but one idea stood out to me was the basketball hoop idea, because I never seen it before, and it was both educational, promotes sustainability and fun for the kids. So they're my sketches. I just annotated them to show how I made it with my model. That's my prototype, and it turned out pretty well. I actually still have it in my room because it works pretty well and it is quite fun. And then there's me going again through my ideas. You can read through all that. Then just went through all good things about my ideas. So I felt that it promotes recycling. It'll keep a child occupied for an hour if they're putting it together with a parent. Spend some quality time. It's cheap, and because it's only it's cheap and it's dual purpose product that both the parent and the child will benefit from. One possible thing that I could enhance it, maybe make it more eye catching, or maybe I could put in a little handbook of what things you should recycle, maybe a game or an additional piece to track the score if you're playing against a friend or brother or sister. And then I just put in what I would do to persuade my idea to be the best. So I said I would argue that my design is the best one because of how it is not only fun to make and to play with, but it is highly educational, as the parent can show their child that it is recyclable, what's recyclable and what's not. It's a great stepping stone for young kids to be conscious of the importance of sustainability these days. And this design is also very simple and won't cost the light bulb packaging manufacturer any extra to create. So that's my idea, and thanks for listening.